I'll hit rewind and watch it later.
This is Cash Jackson with Restoring Freedom. Today is Sunday. I don't know the damn dates. November something. 26th, 7th. I'm retired, so I lose track of the days. Before I get started, let me say a couple things. Number one, the flag on my wall isn't backwards. It's because of the rear-facing camera. It's a mirror effect. My flag is hanging correctly, as is the flag on my hat and the flag on my sleeve. They're all correct, so before any of you go correcting my flags, they're all correct. Secondly, why I'm on here tonight. So you guys know I'm a 20-year Navy veteran, retired. I was a submariner. I was a machinist mate, A-ganger is what we were known as. Worked on diesel engines, refrigeration, hydraulics, all kinds of shit like that. But I wanted to talk tonight about, because I see a lot of my brothers in some military blogs going back and forth. Number one, they're pissed at me because I wear my uniform. Number two, they're pissed at me that I fly an inverted American flag, that I fly in accordance with U.S. flag code that states an extreme risk to life and property, that you can invert the American flag for that fucking purpose. So if you don't know U.S. flag code, I'm going to encourage you to educate yourself. It's not just kind of a blanket distress signal, if you will. It does state to extreme risk of life or property. Yes, I advocate for a number of things. I advocate for family law reform. I advocate for rights to First Nations people and what's occurring out in North Dakota. I advocate for the fucking Constitution that I fought for 20 years. It's being shit upon by the United States government. So fucking forgive me if I choose to still don the uniform that I wore honorably for 20 years and invert the American flag when I see the Constitution being fucking shit upon by the very government that's supposed to be fucking entrusted with protecting it. So yes, I fucking do those things. And if you don't like it, oh damn well, I don't give a shit. That's your problem. Don't like it. But you're going to don't like it from behind your computer because you don't have the testicular fortitude to say anything to my face. You just don't. By and large, I'm a peaceful person. I am a peaceful person. I love people to death. No, I'm not some crazy fringe nut job, right? I love the fucking, I love my guns. I love the Second Amendment. I am pro-life. I'm mainly conservative. I have some leftist-leaning ideas, so I'm more independent or libertarian if you wanted to label me in some political realm. But by and large, in part, I just want to be left the fuck alone, and I want my fellow Americans to be able to live out their lives underneath the blanket of freedom that I was fucking serving and protecting for. It wasn't to protect the fucking government, okay? It wasn't to protect the Morton County Sheriff's Department, so fuck you, Morton County Sheriff, you fat, bald bastard. What I served for was to protect this nation and the freedoms that are supposed to be here. That's what I served for. So, let me come full circle to the title of this video, Honor the fucking Treaties. You guys want to beat this horse about, well, it's been through federal court and the federal court said that it's legitimate and da-da-da-da-da. Pick up some fucking history books and read about the hundreds of treaties that have been amended, revised, replaced. For fuck's sake, we actually have in this Smithsonian fucking Institute treaties that have been violated on display there. Do you know that? We have treaties in the National Archives. Treaties aren't just for First Nations people. Do you guys get that? A treaty is an agreement between two fucking parties. The American people, United States government, i.e. the American fucking people, and sovereign First Nations people, okay? Two sides. It's not just for First Nations. So there's a fucking obligation on the American people's part to make sure that that treaty is fucking upheld. What do we not understand here? And furthermore, since, I don't know, 1814, maybe sooner, These treaties have been being violated. When are we going to be held account for our side of it, for our side of the fucking treaty? When? When are we going to say we have an obligation as American citizens, because treaties are discussed in the United States Constitution. They are a part of our life. They are a part of our republic and how it was formed and shaped and how we're governed in the way that we are. That was influenced by First Nations people, if you don't fucking know that. We have an obligation to our side to honor our side of the treaty. It's not just, that treaty's not just a quarantine First Nations people to a particular piece of fucking property. That's not what it was intended for. It was to protect them, right? But it was really more so because we as Europeans, if you really want to strip it down and get down to the history of it, we came in and it was a way for us to continue to kill, maim, rape, disease, and kill them at will until they agreed to something so we'd quit fucking killing them. If you really want to get down to the nuts and bolts of treaties and what they were for. Andrew Jackson forced thousands and thousands of First Nations people out of the East Coast west of the fucking Mississippi. They wanted to put them all in one state, I think, in Oklahoma. I'm still researching. I'm still doing a lot of history. Look, guys, why would they go back to the negotiating table? If we have, I think, over a documented 500 treaties that have not been honored, over like 300 that have been amended when it suited us. When are we going to fucking stop doing that? When are we just going to honor a treaty? When? We have an obligation. It is our responsibility as Americans, not just to say, oh, they're First Nations, okay, that's their treaty. No, it's fucking not. It's a treaty by the American people with First Nations. We got to honor that shit. I'm sorry, but we do. So, all of you who sit around and you talk about we talk about freedom and, you know, you enjoy that First Amendment right. You enjoy that Second Amendment right. Most of you, it's the only fucking two you know. Unless you've been arrested. Then you might know about your Fourth Amendment against illegal search and seizures. Or you might know about the 14th Amendment and enjoying a due process of fucking law. But guess what? That shit don't occur in this country. I'm here to tell you, it doesn't. So the Constitution isn't honored. The treaties aren't fucking honored. So at what point in time for the American people are we going to say, we're going to hold the government accountable and we're going to take a stand somewhere? When? I'll tell you when I am. Right fucking now. That's when I am. Because I'm going back to Standing Rock, North Dakota to stand with the people to make sure the United States government, Morgan County Sheriff's Department, Army Corps of Engineers know what the fuck the treaty is and to honor it. Eventually, you draw a line in the sand and you stand for something, right? When are you guys going to draw your line in the sand? Where's it going to be? Hey, read my shirt. I serve no man. Let me make that clear. No one. I serve no one. I serve the American people and a belief in an ideal system that this country was actually founded upon something. As fucked up as it was and how our country came into being and that we conquered these lands is really what it came down to. It's not like we came here and peacefully assimilated to Native American culture. That's not what happened. But I can't go back and undo several hundred years of fucking history. I can't. What I can do is say is that the Constitution stands for something. The Bill of Rights stands for something. And as basic human beings, we all have a right to life. And to not, you know, there's just some basic obligations that we have as a society and as a people to take care of one another. To quit turning a blind eye to what's occurring. Wake the fuck up. Wake the fuck up. This is America. It stands for something. So don't sit there and fucking preach at me about, you know, how fucked up I am because I want to wear the uniform that I fought and served for 20 fucking years. You kiss my ass. I believe in a peaceful in doing things peacefully. I believe in that. I want peace in my country. But we have to draw a line in the sand somewhere. And Standing Rock is that line. It is that line. And I will stand alongside my fellow veterans. I'll stand alongside my fellow Americans. I'll stand alongside. I don't care where you come from. I don't care what your political leaning is, what your sexual orientation is, what your religious belief system is. I don't give a damn. Because if you don't stand for human rights and the right to life and upholding the Constitution and honoring those treaties that come well before 2014 and when these assholes from the North Dakota Access Pipeline wanted to sit down and have fucking talks with the Sioux Nation, the Lakotas and the Dakotas, I wouldn't sit down and talk with your ass either. Because at every point and turn, you exploited my fucking land. So no, fuck you, I'm not talking to you. I wouldn't talk to them either. I'm going to go there peacefully. You see me upset, you see me pissed off, and I'm ranting, and a lot of people don't like my language. Fine, that is what it is. But I promise you, I know how to flip the switch on and turn the switch off. And so when I go to North Dakota, I will be very peaceful and calm and non-confrontational because that's the right thing to do. I don't want to be arrested. I don't want to be OC sprayed. I don't want to be shot with rubber bullets. So I'll be very non-confrontational. But I will stand my ground and I will stand for something. And that's to honor what these two hands worked for 20 years, which was providing a blanket of freedom to the people I swore to protect and to the United States Constitution that safeguards us from tyranny and oppression. And let me remind you, United States government, that we as a people have a duty that when that oppression and the tyranny has become too much and the scales have shifted too much, we have a duty to right that scale. I just want you to know that. The people of this nation will see that rectified. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? This is Cass Jackson. We need to honor the fucking treaties. If you don't believe that, then you're not an American. Because those treaties are also protected underneath the Constitution. That's an obligation on two sides. As far as I can tell, the American government is the only side not upholding their end of the bargain. As far as I can tell. If you can prove me wrong, please go ahead and send me the information and I'll research it. Until then, I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing. This is Cass Jackson, and I will see my family, my relatives, in Standing Rock, North Dakota real soon. Love you guys. You guys have a blessed night. Be safe, stay warm, and stand strong.